Hi, everyone. It's Dale Powers from WGI. It's December and it's not too far from the beginning of color guard season. So I wanted to share with you some of the changes that have happened regarding the rules, specifically in this case, around prop safety. Well, at the advisory board meeting last June, the board was informed that WGI would be following the new OSHA guidelines about prop safety. And in particular, if you've used props at all in a WGI event, you know that we had guidelines that started at anything above 6 feet required certain safety measures. Well, that now has been lowered to 4 feet. So what that means for anybody who's using props where performers will get on those props, the guidelines that used to be in place at 6 feet are now in place at 4. So what that means is if a performer is standing and the lowest point of contact is above 4 feet, there must be a railing that's 42 inches high, covering 50% of the surface, or they need to have a safety harness, or they need to have appropriate padding below where the person is standing. Now, this is a big shift from what we used to do. And a lot of things that people have done in the past would no longer be allowed in this current system. So what we want you to understand is that if you're using any type of a prop where a student performer is going to get on that prop, send it in to me, dale@wgi.org, and I will review it and I will give you any guidance or let you know what needs to be changed or sign off on it and let you know that it's okay. Now, the one thing that I think some people might be overlooking, they might be thinking we're not using props, we're not going to have kids stand on things. It involves lifts. Now, again, the same guidelines applied before, which was if the lowest point of contact was above 6 feet, certain guidelines had to be in place. Well, now it's the lowest point of contact above 4 feet. So if somebody is lifting another performer and that performer's lowest point of contact is above 4 feet, then there are certain guidelines that have to be in place. Padding is one, or spotters could be acceptable, but it all depends on the circumstances, how many spotters, and how high the person is that's being lifted. In the days of the past, where the most popular one was where Onyx would have somebody standing on the shoulder of a person who was walking, well, that person now would be above 4 feet. And therefore, there would be very strict guidelines as to what we would let that person do or what safety requirements would have to be in place. So any type of a lift or anything you're going to do, always think of where the lowest point of contact is, and then think about what type of precautions could be taken. Minimum of 4 spotters. Think of it in the letter X, a person in each of the corners so that they could react. But it can't be somebody who's spinning because they're not paying attention to the person who's there. And if it's above 4, 5, 6 feet, there may be more requirements. It still may require padding. It still may require more people. That's why we're asking everybody to send in whatever they can, videos, pictures, go to rehearsal, workshop, send stuff to me, and I'll be happy to look it over for you. I hope this helps. I know there's a lot of concern about it. I've had about a dozen people reach out to me looking for guidance, many of them before they build what they're building. Some are using props they've used in the past, but now there have to be modifications because the surface with which somebody's going to stand on might now only be 5.5 or 5 feet, but now it requires those safety precautions to be in place. Please take advantage of the opportunity. Send me whatever questions you have. We'll be happy to help you in any way that we can. Looking forward to seeing everybody. It's going to be a wonderful season. I hope you're as excited as we are. Thanks.